Ladies and gentlemen, nothing but Lustrigas, number one show on late night. Today, we have the legendary, the fast man, producer, proud Jamaican, athlete, father, so many big things. Mero, who's in the building?
The fastest man in the world, Usain Bolt.
Make some noise. Make some noise for my man, Usain Bolt. From the proud island of Jamaica. Give it up for my man. Usain, how's it going today, man?
Good, man. It's good. It's a hot day. It's a hot day, but it's been good.
What's the temperature right now down there?
I don't know, but it's hot.
Oh, man. Oh, first of all, we want to start off and say congrats to you on the birth of your daughter, man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, boss. Appreciate it.
What was it like, brother? Was it emotional? I cried.
For me, it was some reason I don't really get emotional, but I was excited. That's one thing. I was really excited. You know what I mean? I have a different respect for like single parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got sick the first week. You know what I mean? All sleepless nights and all that. I got sick. It was crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's an experience. So I have a different respect for like people with kids. You know what I mean? It's not easy.
Right.
Wait till they start talking back.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, you're not ready for that, man. Not ready for that. What's harder, training for the Olympics or being a parent?
So far, I'm telling you, being a parent, bro. It's 24/7. 24/7. You know what I mean?
No breaks, no days off.
No
days off.
0 days off.
What goes into your training? You know what I mean? Because like it seems like just a natural gift. Because you're so far ahead of the field in all these like on all these races and all these still photographs. You're like lapping people. Like, is it natural? Like, does it?
For me, I definitely have a gift. I would say personally, I have a gift, but you have to work harder. First thing my coach told me when we started working together was like, listen, you have a talent, but everybody has a talent, but you have to work on that talent to get to the level that you need to get at. So I had to really work on the talent that I had.
Yes, I remember, like my family's Jamaican. We've always watched you coming up, and it was like I remember like before '08, there were rumors. They said your work ethic wasn't there, that you didn't want it bad enough.
True.
And then '08 came, the Summer Olympics in '08. You did your thing. You made us very proud. I do remember because the area I lived in at the time was called Little Jamaica in the Bronx, the Northeast Bronx, and they put a big Jamaican flag hanging from the train station because that's how proud of you we were, man. You had us when you pounded the chest at the end of the. What was that feeling like to break to set a world record?
For me, it wasn't the Olympics. It wasn't even a world record for me. The Olympics at the time. It was just to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because as you said, leading up to that, all I was relying on was my talent. I was doing okay. And I finally decided, you know what? I'm going to put this work in. You know what I mean? And when I put that work in and then I achieved what I did in '08, for me, there's no words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just a great feeling. Cause somebody said after I beat my chest, like, oh, might have been disrespecting the other competitors. I was like, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just so happy to really have done this because I've worked so hard for so many months to get to this one spot. You know what I mean? So for me, it was a great feeling, though.
And we all, you know what I'm saying? We all island boys here, West Indians. How did it feel to have like, you know what I mean? Like going against like, you know, the United States and all these big countries and everything and have, you know, your island represented, you know what I mean? Like that, you know?
For me,
to take home the gold.
Yeah, coming through the ranks, you know what I mean? I remember when we actually got to the Olympics, they were like, yo, a Caribbean person has never won the men's 100 meters, you know what I mean? So for me to have gone and done that and represent the Caribbean is a big deal because SHOWTIME, they've always shown me love because we have the Carter Games in the islands. And even though I'm competing against like their people, they really still show me proper love, you know what I mean? So for me to go there and do it for the Caribbean, it was big.
What does it feel like to be like you are an icon in Jamaica? Like you up there with Bob Marley. You are when people think Jamaica, they think Usain Bolt. What does that feel like?
For me, that's crazy. When I started being mentioned with Bob Marley, because anybody in the Caribbean, you know Bob Marley in the world. You know what I mean? So for me, he's an icon for me. And then people are like, yo, you're as big as Bob Marley. When I go to places now, people are like, yo, you from Jamaica, yo. You see Bolt and Bob Marley, and I'm like, you know what I mean? It's a different feeling. You know what I mean? It's just crazy and unbelievable that I'm from the rural area, the country, and then I made it to this level. You know what I mean? So you can't really describe it. It's just a great feeling, though.
Gotta be, man. Gotta be. So I know you're big into music. Did you get a chance to catch the versus battle between Beenie Man and Bounty?
Yeah, everybody watched that once. Everybody watched that. The whole world was watching.
Who won, in your opinion?
Huh?
Who won, in your opinion?
I think Bounty Killer, I would give it to him because he has the talk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He really does the thing. So for me, I'll give Bounty the win.
Nice, nice. Now I gotta ask you about your secret for how fast you are. Is it a special food? Is it plantains? Is it oxtail? What's the secret? What secret food you eat before every race?
Started out, everybody was saying it was yam because I had a lot of yam when I was younger. Because my dad used to plant yams and stuff, so I had a lot growing up. So everybody used to say yam, but for me, I love pork. You know what I mean, and curry goat. That's my thing.
Nice, nice. But wait, didn't you grow up not eating pork because you were religious?
No, my mom. Funny story about that. So when we started out, I used to eat pork, and then my mom got into the church. She got baptized, and she was like, there's no more pork going to be cooked in this house. I'll never forget, like 6 months later, when my dad was home, and he's like, yo, to hell with this. He went out, bought some pork, but he cooked it outside. He cooked it outside. He didn't cook it in the house, he cooked it outside, and I was laughing, I was like, but it was something that we really loved. Then my dad really loved pork.
Yeah, it's big Jamaican dad energy doing that. I love that. So what else you got going on now, man?
For me, the world right now, we're just chilling, you know what I mean? My focus on my daughter right now. You know what I mean? Just trying to keep her safe and to make sure everything goes well. So that's my main focus, but I still do work with our sponsors and stuff right now.
How does it feel too, like to be like an ambassador for like track? You know what I mean? Because it's not like, everybody's like, oh, basketball's cool and this, that. But you made track like cool.
Yeah, for me.
You put swag into it.
Yeah, for me, people always say that. They're like, yo, because of you, I watch track and field. So for me to actually bring a lot more attention to track and field is something good, you know what I mean? Because I love the sport and it's something that I enjoy, you know what I mean? So for me to continue being an ambassador for the sport is a big deal for me.
You know what? I just bought a motorized scooter the other day, and I didn't realize that you co-founded Bolt Scooters.
Yeah, we did.
Yo, you are really Jamaican. You got so many jobs, my guy.
Trying to make moves.
But shout out to you for being an early vision, because scooters are all the rage right now. That you're seeing them everywhere. Right. What made you get into it so early? Like, what made you see it?
We came together and they had an idea, and they're like, you know what? Let's do a scooter. And I said, yeah. The way the world is going right now, because I travel everywhere, and like New York and like Paris and places that you go to, it's nonstop traffic just to move 3 blocks. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, when they came and they said, listen, this is the future, I was like, yes, I want to be a part of this. And that's how it really started. They came to me the idea. I was like, listen, I want to be a part of this because I see the need for it, and that's what we're doing.
Okay. Now you also, I heard you got your foot in the producer pot. Y'all here making rhythms?
It's something that we've talked about so many years ago. Me and my friend, my best friend, we talked about, we should make a song, you know what I mean? And then I had a champagne coming out, and we were like, you know what? This would be a moment to put both of them together and actually put it out. And that's how we really started. But it's something that we've always thought about. So we just made it happen, you know what I mean? But it's good. It's good, though. It's good vibe.
Yeah. Listen, do your thing, man.
Need a new joint, you know what I'm saying? You already got the rum and Red Bull. You need something new.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, we gotta ask you a favor. Could you come play for our New York Yankees? Can you good at baseball?
Nah, I don't think I'll be good at baseball.
No. What about
you could pinch run?
Yeah, you can run.
You could be a pinch runner.
All right. No
I've
baseball.
never thought about it.
What about coming to play for our Knicks?
Nah. I'm no good at basketball. I love watching it, but I'm no good.
The Knicks aren't good either, so it'll be fine.
It'll work out. Is there any other? Because you're naturally gifted athlete. You train
soccer.
Yeah. I tried it, and I was getting better, but it didn't work out with the coach where I went in Australia. But that's my thing. enjoy. I support Manchester United. We actually won today, so I'm in a good mood. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Big up Man U.
Man,
Yeah.
Oh man. So if you could give younger people any word of advice, something that you learned and has taken you far, what would that advice be?
For me, it's not to wait. You know what I mean? I think if I started working harder when I was really young, you know what I mean, I would have done a lot more in track and field, I think. So grab the opportunity with both hands. You know what I mean? I got lucky that I had the talent and it didn't go away. You know what I mean? But when you get opportunities, grab it with both hands, because it took me like 3-4 years to really notice that if I really train, I'll be good. So grab the opportunity with both hands and just work really hard.
Love it. That's great advice right there.
Yeah.
Yo, thanks for taking time to talk to us. I know you got the baby to go take care of. I know you're about to leave this interview and run over there
Yeah,
like,
you
super
know
fast.
what it is.
But yo, thanks for being on here. Nothing but illustrious guests. Our guests always get neon signs. What would your neon sign say?
Anything is possible. Don't take limits. That's my.
Anything is possible. Don't take limits.
Yeah.
Yo, Usain Bolt to the world. You know the vibes. You give it up.
Big
My
up,
man,
big up.
right here. You know it. You know the time. You know the vibe.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.